better year next year, Dak Prescott or Tom Brady?
Dak Prescott.
Wow.
Dak Prescott will have the better year. We already saw what he's working with and what the year he's coming off of with the talent that was around him. Now, we understand that Amari Cooper is not under contract, Randall Cobb not under contract. There's some variables that need to still be put in place there to help support what he was able to do and establish for that team. And he doesn't have a contract with the Dallas Cowboys, let alone all those other guys. But let's say he does get signed by the Dallas Cowboys, which I believe he will. With Mike McCarthy being now at the head coach position, Kellen Moore at the offensive coordinator position, him establishing that relationship, understanding the importance of having a relationship with someone in the offense to continue to progress and build on that. And then you add Mike McCarthy, who we've seen what he was able to do with an Aaron Rodgers and the Brett Favres and those guys. His resume precedes him as far as being able to get the most out of those guys. You can arguably say whatever you want to, argue me up and down about Mike McCarthy, but he's going to make Dak Prescott a better quarterback. If this all works out and he is with the Dallas Cowboys, assuming that it will, Dak Prescott will definitely have the better season. Again, we've mentioned it. Tom Brady is going to be 43 years old. Unless he gets into the perfect storm, and you talk about the Chargers, everyone automatically assumes that you insert Tom Brady in with the Chargers and they're going to be great. Well, that is not always what the case is when you're going into a completely new situation, offensive scheme, a coaching staff, culture. You don't know what the culture is, and you have to now create that. Tom Brady being with the Patriots, if they were to put pieces around him, I think he would have a better chance of being up there with Dak Prescott as far as their play. But Dak Prescott clearly, by far, will have the better season next year.
All right, Boston, I'm saying it would be Tom Brady if you gave him the same weapons that Dak Prescott had, where everybody, including Chris Broussard, said they were going to the Super Bowl.
Well, we don't know
That's how talented it was.
We're talking about next year.
Well,
Let's not talk about what he had, because we don't know if Dak Prescott's going to have the same weapons.
I'm just saying that Tom Brady can do that, and we've seen age quarterbacks win if you put them in the right situation and circumstance. We saw Peyton Manning win. You already know.
We never saw a 43-year-old win.
But we saw Peyton Manning, who was the Tin Man in that Super Bowl, could barely move around, and he was able to do just enough and not hurt the team, but the defense carried him. All I'm saying is people last year thought with the pieces that the Cowboys had that they were going to the Super Bowl. And not only did they not go to the Super Bowl, Greg Jennings, they didn't even make the playoffs because Dak Prescott wasn't able to win the big games that they needed to win. They went to Philadelphia, the division, the division right there waiting for them, right? All they had to do was go beat a depleted Philadelphia team. They were having quarterbacks as wide receivers because they had nothing for Carson Wentz. And what did Dak do? Laid a goose egg, no touchdowns in a big game, really like a playoff game. All I'm saying is they're not buying all the way into Dak, and that's why Michael Irvin came out with this. That's why he went and put that out there about people around the Cowboys, because they know with that talent base, if they would insert Tom Brady, protect Tom Brady, and have the weapons that they have, they would have a better chance to win a championship than Dak Prescott. That's why that story was put out.
You don't believe it.
You are running wild with this Tom Brady to Dallas story that even Michael Irvin himself has walked back.
Only because they talked to him.
Do you know that?
I feel like that.
All right. Now, look, Dak Prescott is going to have the better year individually, okay? Now, I mean, he's, what, 27?
Don't matter. If you can't play, don't matter how old you are.
26 years old. He's not going to get worse. And Tom Brady at 43 is not going to get better. At best, he'll probably stay the same, maybe slightly better.
I thought you said the Patriots won 12 games last year. Oh, so you tell me, wasn't Tom Brady the quarterback?
No, they had the number one defense in the league.
Hold on.
Last year, you were talking about how great their defense was.
Yeah.
Which quarterback's going to have the better individual season? Dak last year threw for more yards per game, about 50 more yards per game, more touchdowns, better QBR, better completion percentage. That's going to be the case next year. Now, if Brady gets in the right situation, maybe it's New England and they add some skilled position players. Maybe it's Indianapolis, Tampa Bay, whatever, the Chargers. He might win at a higher clip than Dak. I think the Cowboys will be good, but Brady will probably be on a team that is really good too. So if you're looking at winning, maybe Brady will have, go further. But individual season, I think Dak's
Yeah, it's got to be Dak Prescott.
Season.
Now, you do make a good point over here, Rob. If somehow the Patriots get Greg Olsen at tight end and A.J. Green of the Bengals as a free agent, Brady's numbers will be better. But Tom Brady was not a top 15 quarterback in this league this year by any statistical measure. You can look at whatever you want. He was not a top 15 quarterback. Dak had his best season in the league. Again, I don't know if you buy the stats. You like the win-loss record stuff. I feel like
only because
when it supports his
only because he was 2-7 against teams 500 or better.
Again, but
what about the
2-7
first
is indicative of
3
his coach, of his defense.
But it
has nothing to do with just you can't bring out quarterback.
When they went to New Orleans, right? New Orleans didn't even score a touchdown and beat Dak Prescott and
Dak Prescott did not have a game.
Okay, he didn't have a good game there.
Tom Brady was awful
no
down the
touchdowns.
stretch. Awful.
I got plenty of examples.
He needs his receiver to be on the field against Philly.
Yeah.
Was Amari Cooper out there? Every play.
Amari Cooper was there.
He was in and out.
Did Dak have a good game? Did Dak have a good game that game?
I may be wrong, but I believe the Cowboys led the league in drop passes.
They were up there. Yeah.
They were up there.
They were third in the
there we
conference.
go.
I want to
point differential. This team is good. Their coach was awful.
I want to say this too. So let's say Tom Brady goes to one of these stacked teams. Let's just call it the Chargers. And they're stacked. Or New England brings in all this talent. Dak Prescott still is going to have the better season. Why? Because no one is going to ask Tom Brady to do what they're going to ask Dak Prescott to do at the quarterback position at this stage in their careers. You're going to ask more out of Dak Prescott. You're going to get more out of Dak Prescott in result. It's just like basketball. Everybody talks about, what am I going to get from this shooter? Well, if you give him more shots, I guarantee you he's going to score more points. If you give Dak Prescott more opportunities, there is no chance Tom Brady is going to outperform him individually. You're not going to ask a 43-year-old quarterback to come into whatever situation, even New England, and they know him better than anyone, and say, hey, Tom, win for us again. That's not going to be the narrative. That's not where he is in his career. It's just not going to happen. Sorry, Rob, you are dead wrong on this.
I'm not wrong, and I'm telling you, you guys don't want to believe it, but Dak Prescott and Matt Stafford are closer than you really want to believe.
Stop it.
And the only difference is one playoff win. Matt Stafford puts up all these numbers for the Lions. You know that he's prolific. He's a prolific passer, has really big numbers. But they never were going to win in Detroit with Matt Stafford, and they won't win with Dak Prescott. Despite all the talent, for them not to make the playoffs a year ago, where the Eagles were broken down, the Giants were a bad team, is ridiculous.
I agree.
That they didn't make the playoffs.
And they made adjustments. They fired their coach.
Would you admit that last year?
Yes.
I agree.
But they made it. Hold on. You comparing to Matt Stafford. He's played 10 years. How many times has he made the playoffs?
I think 2 or 3.
Okay, Dak's made it twice in 4 years.
Wait. Hold on.
2?
How many times?
I think 2.
Okay.
There's a big difference between 2 and 3.
I think it's 2.
Dak has made it twice in 4 years and beat the great Russell Wilson in the playoffs. Before Dak got there with Tony Romo, in their previous 6 years, Dallas had made the playoffs once.
So you're blaming Dak Prescott for not making the playoffs?
Yes, he is.
You're putting the full blame on Dak Prescott that Dallas, with the third best point differential in the NFC, missed the playoffs.
Yes, because you can't look at the point differential.
Why?
He piled up numbers against the bad teams. He started the season 3-0. They played Washington, the Dolphins, and
what about the previous 3 years, Rob?
No, I'm talking about now. We're talking about now.
You can't erase his first 3 years.
We don't even have to erase that. If he didn't put up those numbers, you would have been making a stink about the fact that he didn't put up those numbers.
No, but I'm saying, but it matters who you beat, Greg. You know that. If you're trying to win, are you trying to win a Super Bowl or not?
He beat
Are the Cowboys
Russell
trying to
Wilson,
win a
Rob.
Super Bowl?
I'm going to say this. This is no slight against Tom Brady. It's just where he is in his career. So before all the New England fans go crazy and say no one up here.
I'm champion Tom Brady.
It's not. It has nothing to do with the talent of Tom Brady. It's where he is in his career. which is why I'm going with Dak Prescott.
Well said, Greg Jennings. All right, coming up, can the Philadelphia 76ers salvage their season? That's next on Undisputed.